Okay, guys, today is the 5th of September 2025. Today is the first Friday of the month, which means that today will be the non-farm payroll. Now, non-farm payroll basically means the government sector. How many jobs did the government create for the people last month? All right, and we will be talking a lot about it later in the second segment. Okay, a lot of it, and I'll tell you exactly how to prepare your trading day in the second half, which means that, right, if you want to do the NFP trade, I'll tell you what to prepare for. So there'll be two segments today. The segment one is the usual, whereby I talk about market views and then how high or how low the market will go. In the second segment, we'll do a special one. We'll tell you that exactly what to look out for, and then what can you do, your placing of trades and stuff like that. So it's gonna be very, very different, yeah? So everybody just follow me and let's go into it right now. All right, of course, the same thing again, it is crazy anytime, anywhere, and do make sure that you do your risk management according to plan. That's very important. And of course, as I said again, we will be expecting what to expect for tonight, NFP. So this will be the second segment, very important. Okay, so let's do some fundamental news first to begin this morning session as usual. Now, S&P 500 closes at a fresh record high on Thursday on hope that job report won't be too cold or hot. Actually, now it's definitely cold because now we are allowing the numbers to be below 100,000. Now, why is that so? Obviously, because the immigrants are not here anymore. So naturally, the number of people in America itself, right? The job creation itself is not a problem. It's all for the, more of the labor-intensive jobs. So the thing is this right now, US has allowed that to happen. I'll show you in the second segment why am I concerned about US economy. So what today we're going to talk about is that now everybody is looking at the S&P trading higher because now it's a new record high again. So the question is this, why the market is at record high, but the boys are keep on selling in? I think the answer is pretty clear. When the big boys are selling, which is like example, Warren Buffett is selling, Michael Burry is selling, some of the funds are selling. Why is the stock market higher? It's because someone else is buying. So who is buying? There are two types of people buying. The retailers are buying because they have a depreciating dollar value. The other type of people, which are very concerned and very sure, is the printing by the Federal Reserve itself. So which means that somehow the government is involved in the buying. And that is why the stock market is holding up relentlessly. Okay? So the market definitely want a so-called not too bad, not too good data today, so that the chance of a rate cut on the 16th of September is going to be a sure thing. All right. So the ADP, which is the private sector, show an increase of 54,000 jobs in August. Now, one thing to note, the economists polled in and they were expecting 75,000. Now, I can tell you this, guys. I'm in the market for 25 years, 26 years. I've been watching non-farm payroll for so many months, meaning 25 years times 12. I can tell you that I've never seen more than 10 times the economists get it correct. No more than 10 times. In fact, I can say maybe no more than 5 times. Every time, whatever they poll in is always the opposite. So I'm pretty sure today is something lower than 54,000. Okay? And the thing is this, the figure always get revised after they announce. That means that after they announce it, after a while later, they will revise it and make it even lower. Okay? So that's how US work. They can really do that. And the market just buy on it. Okay? So of course, a lower number means that it's weak for the Federal Reserve to justify a rate cut. Okay? But it's not soft enough to herald a recession. Now, one thing is that why would Federal Reserve cut interest rate? It's exactly the point, because they're scared that you go into recession. So the Federal Reserve is like a very important element who's trying to make sure that the economy is not too hot or too cold. So if you are wanting the Fed to cut rate, but you still don't want to have a recession, the Fed will be like confused. Then what will you do? So that is the reason why now traders are betting that there will be a rate cut coming in. And now the number has hit as high as 97%. So it's as good as telling me that now it's almost like sure thing there will be a cut in the Federal Reserve cut rate. All right. So ADP has very reinforced the narrative. And of course, today NFP will definitely confirm everything. So what that means that the stock market will go up? Well, naturally, yes. Naturally, yes. Because the rate cut is always like a positive thing to the market, and everybody thinks, oh, the cost is lowering and stuff like that. Okay, that is a good part. The bad part itself, I explain to you later, okay, in the second segment. So we saw the 30-year yield briefly top 5% on Wednesday, and then it got pulled back, yeah? Now, jobless claims have increased to 237,000. That basically marked an 8,000 gain from the prior week itself. So again, that tells you that jobless are increasing. Okay, PMI posted better than expected reading because the cost is increasing. So with all this thing add together itself, it's not difficult that to expect that the market is near a peak, but it's a peak. When is that? That will be the key number. And because of that, right now, bond price has been going down. That's why the yield is going up. Hence, therefore, gold is soaring. So everybody who basically doesn't want to hold a US bond right now, they must put the money to some good news, because if they don't put on good news, they can't make money from the market, right? So now they pile into gold, and that's why gold now at this current level now, you notice relentlessly not able to come down that much. In fact, whenever it comes down, it gets rebounded off very strongly. Now, Donald Trump, ex-best friend Elon Musk, will not attend Trump tech CEO dinner at the White House. So Donald Trump will host 24 high-profile tech business leaders in an event of the White House renovated Rose Garden. All right, we have Mark Zuckerberg, Tim Cook, Bill Gates, Sam Altman, all were there. All right, say that Elon Musk was invited, but he could not attend. Interesting, yeah. So you can see the last time we saw Elon Musk, it was some time ago, have been pretty quiet recently. All right, so why he's not going, I think it's pretty clear. Yeah, we all know that it doesn't look good for him. All right, so later on tonight, remember this at 8:30 p.m. Singapore time, we will have the non-farm payroll coming out. The previous number is 73,000. The market pulled in at 75,000. We'll talk about that later. Okay. All right, so that is the technical fundamental side for the market. I hope that you enjoyed it. Okay, so now let's just go into the technical side. Okay, let's go. Okay, so today we have the technical for the Dow. Please pay attention. Okay, so one thing is that you must actually refresh your screen whenever you cross the chart over. You notice just now when I didn't have refresh, this line is not there itself. Now this line is the KCL line. It's a very important line to give us the information of a trend. You take a look. See, when there's a KCL over here, but the market stays above it, the market goes up, right? Yeah, okay, got the idea now? Okay, so there's a KCL here, right? But the market couldn't go up, so the market come down. See that? So now where we are now, we have a new KCL at 45,626, which is right here, right now. So this is the one, yeah? So as long as the Dow stays above 45,626, the Dow will likely trade higher. Now, how high can the Dow go? Well, we are already at all-time high. So this level here itself should be the level that I'm looking for, and that is 45,766, okay? Right, so that is a number to take note. So this number, 45,766. So that is the highest point for the Dow as of that point when the Dow went up by 800 points, yeah? Okay, so the thing is this. With the market rebounding so strongly last night, by right itself, we should see a follow-through later in the afternoon, okay, when the DAX comes in. So we watch this closely, watch the OP closely. If the market stays above OP, naturally it's a buy. But if the market stays below OP, you be careful, especially before the non-farm payroll. Now, the downside itself will definitely be watching will be MLP. The MLP has to stay supported in an uptrend, right? In a market that's uptrend, the market has to stay strongly above MLP. If the market do trade below MLP, then selling will likely be the main thing for today. So guys, upside I given to you, downside is MLP. Watch out for this, then we will decide from Monday onwards. Now, one thing to note, usually on a Monday after NFP, the market will be very slow, yeah? The Monday after NFP, which is next Monday, usually the market will be very slow. So take note of that, yeah? Okay, let's look at the Dow. Let's look at the gold. Okay, the gold itself is the same thing, and we have a diamond. Can you take a look at diamond? We have a 4 diamond here. Thank you. We have a 4 diamond here. So which means that the closing price, which is going to put it in right now, the closing price here itself is at 35.59. Okay, and you can see that yesterday gold tried to stay above, but it failed. That's why it pulled back. In fact, yesterday gold came up quite dramatically, came down to 3511 before rebounding. Missed my target by just $2. Okay, and then after that, the market rebounded all the way up quite strongly, in fact, before succumbing to some profit taking. Now, today, the market has a few things to watch out for. Number one, yes, you still have the diamond line, itself. And also we have the open price 3546 very near the diamond line. And also we have the MLP at 3554. So which means that we have a cluster of technical level here in the market. So in short, to me itself, right, if the market do break below OP, the OP itself is 3546 here. If it breaks below OP, it will be below pivot 1. It will be below MLP, then that will warrant some selling, some profit taking. Coming back to here, so maybe 3511. Because the diamond line is on top of us, and the market, as long as it stays below diamond line, you cannot buy. Even though it's yellow candle, right, you cannot buy because it's below the diamond line. But can you short? Not really, because the color is still yellow. To short itself, carry risk. So guys, if I'm not short below OP, can or not? Can. It's very small. Why very small? Because of what I just said, and also plus the KSI is green, KCX is black, it's above moving average, so it doesn't make sense to sell big, yeah? So sell small first. If you build the profit, then you want to sell bigger, you can use that. You know, you don't need to take the risk to sell very big right now and then get caught when market reverse. Okay, so think about it for a moment, yeah? Okay, so that is the gold market. The next market, the cover will be the usual Bitcoin. Now, I've been saying that Bitcoin is always a good barometer for me in the stock market, and I feel that why yesterday we have a Bitcoin coming off is a good incentive information. Now, of course, it's not 100%. It could be just only due to coincidence, but, you know, let's take a look. Okay, so first of all, that caught my attention is the diamond here, the blue diamond. So same thing again. Check the closing price of this guy here. This closing price is 112,253. 112,253. So I put it in 112,253 and I press OK, and you go exactly to the closing price of the candle that has a diamond. Okay, so with that information, it's pretty simple. See that? Wow, look at it. This is why I love CRAZII. I mean, the thing is this, it's justified that we put a diamond, we see a diamond, right? We draw a line, and that's all we do. The next day itself is very simple. If it's above the OP and above the diamond line, you just have to buy. But for us itself yesterday, it was not above OP, and the candle turns red, so I just had to sell Bitcoin. But because the KSI was green in color, so I sell small. Yeah, and to follow the rules, guys. You just cannot be randomly buying, selling without even knowing what you're doing for. All right, then after that, this is what happened. The market really came down. But because I know the KSI is green, I know it will not close at the day low. So that's why when the market comes to KTR -2, I think I bought back my position. Yeah, something like that. I can't remember exactly. I basically get my trader to handle it. Yeah. Okay. So now the thing is this. Remember, I told you guys when the market on the downtrend, right? The MLP is very, very important. The market usually will break it and then come back down. That is a usual positioning. So when will the market reverse, right? Is when the MLP now is here. The market, same thing, reverse, hits, come down, and then stabilize. Then this is a sell, this is a buy already. So this is the difference there. Can you see? Both of them have the same momentum placement, moving and stuff. But the second part, the later part itself, right? You see the one on the right side is actually basically confirmed the uptrend. The one on the left side itself, which is the first one here, still usually contain the typical signal of a sell market. Yeah. So with the KSI now green color, and the market is trying to test the MLP, the only way that it can give me the very strong assertion that it will go up is that it stays above MLP today. And then that will create also a very interesting called the prata, which is the zebra formation, red, yellow. So that basically tells me that very soon there will be big movement coming in. Now, of course, it can be going all the way back to 112, 119,000. Okay, maybe so it may be going back all the way up to 119. Right? But it also can go down all the way to 105. So of course, you may say, KEL, I think 119 is easier, better, and higher chance. 105 is only 4,000 points. Don't really think about it. Now, to me, that's not the point. It's just basically, since you know there's a big one coming in, just follow the boys. If the boys want to buy, it's above OP, you just have to buy. Like now, it's above OP, you just buy. Correct enough. Only when the market goes below OP, then you know something is wrong, right? Let's flip your position to do the sell. So sometimes you say, KEL, I have flipped already, the price goes up again. Oh my God. Now, of course, in a big market like Bitcoin, it's $100,000 value now. If you put this, even 2% of it itself, right, that will be 2,000 points. So which means that your stop loss itself, if you don't put somewhere like, 500 to 1,000 points, I think you'll be hit very easily. The spread itself will just kill you on the side. Yeah, so that's why you need to be more, you must know your point. You cannot say that, oh, I trade gold, I put a $5 stop loss, I put the same across the board. That is silly, that is stupid, and that is ridiculous. Okay, you cannot do that yourself. All right, so that's why we traders just trade what we're supposed to do, and then you just remember what I just said about Bitcoin today. If Bitcoin can stay above OP, then we can see all the way up to 112. If we stay below OP, then 105 will be next. Okay, very important. Yeah. Okay, let's look at Ethereum. Now, Ethereum is something that I want to cover also intensively because I think Ethereum in the long haul, it will be going up again. So Ethereum is a little bit not so good from Bitcoin. Ethereum has been sideways like a triangle for quite a while, yeah? The good thing is that now the KCX is blinking at the bottom, and truth be told, the day before was a good buy. But because of trending mode right now, right, and the KSI is green, so by right, same thing. If the market wants to go up itself, it has to go past the MLP. The opening price is 4,302. The MLP is 4,381. So which means that the market MLP is way higher. So for this Ethereum to go up, you have to go all the way to MLP first, then touch there, then we can see whether it's stabilized there or not. Now, because the MA30 is above us itself, right, though, that is pressing down the market. So this one, you must understand the difference there. Now, for me, Ethereum, right, how high can it go? I still believe that Ethereum will be able to go as high as 6,500 when Bitcoin hit about 170,000, yeah? So that is how I see Bitcoin. We have still a very long run to go, right, 1,300 points, so which means that will give me about 30% upside, yeah? So I think we can see that happening within the next 6 months or a year itself. Yeah, I still believe there's a bull run coming in for the crypto markets from late November onwards. That should be the bull run that I'm waiting for. Yeah, for the cryptocurrency market. Okay, now let's look at the currency market. Now it's very sideways yesterday. I can see that the market movement was very, very slow. Let's bring power in right now. Just give me a moment. Okay. You can see that pound is really sideways yesterday, doesn't really move much. Boy, the boys are buying, the market came down, the boys are buying. Interesting. So for the market to go up here itself, right, I think it's going to be very possible. This is DD, the directional day. So for the pound to go up, the dollar has to go down. If the dollar goes down, it's because of rate cut coming in, right? So that is why I say from the chart here itself, based on what I'm seeing right now, most likely the market is really expecting the NFP number to be so-called weak. Now, what if the NFP result come out strong? Then what will happen? That will be very interesting. So I'll talk about this later in the second segment. All right, guys. So upside itself is still going to be here, and that's for 1.36 level. The downside itself will be all the way here is 1.33 level. But with the KSI green and KCX black right now, the downside seems limited, yeah? Okay, guys, so take a short break right now for 2 minutes. We'll come back. We will do the very important non-farm payroll and what to expect for tonight and how do we trade on the Dow, on the gold market. Stay tuned. All right, I'll see you guys in the next 2 minutes time. Thank you.